Welcome to Shelby Stitcher. This is Joan Parker. I have commented in a few of my other videos that I use a lot of men's shirts to make quilts from, and this is one of my favorites. I've had it for a long time and I'm getting down to the smallest piece of it. So in order to make some of my frame blocks, I am cutting up some of my older pieces to get them finally used up. And if you can see right at the top here, this is actually the top of the pocket. There's a long seam the whole way across, but I want to show you how easy it is to pull these out. These seams are very secure and this thread is very strong, but I'm just going every third stitch and pulling that out. You see how that trim part on the back is coming off. And when I get about halfway across, which I'm almost there, see, this has just been a few seconds, you can flip this around and gently pull on this thread and wind it around, and it just pulls off as easily as can be. And of course I immediately throw it away. And trying to see if we can get a better view here. You can see that seam line pretty well, those holes where the stitches were. But after that's washed, you'll never be able to find that at all. And then this one I thought was really cool because I'm cutting into my purples, oranges, and browns to add them to the pieces I have in my piece blocks, my rail blocks. And this also is the top of the pocket. You can see where I couldn't get all of it excluded. And I just thought this little insignia would make such a cute block. I don't know what that symbol stands for because the yoke of this shirt is long gone, so there's no label anymore to be looking at on the inside of the back of the neck. This has a much smaller stitch. I actually think this fabric had a little something other than pure cotton in it. It might have a little bit of rayon or something because it's a little silkier finish. But for just a few pieces in a very large quilt, that won't be an issue. And this is actually very hard to get the ripper down in between the stitches because they're so close together. But I'm being very careful because I want to not damage the integrity of the shirt. Now that I've got a little bit started, I'm going to do this trick. I don't know if how many of you know this, but I just learned it not too long ago. This little ball goes inside your seam, and if you hold this taut, you can push it along and it will just take up those stitches, and you need to be very careful and go very short lengths of it. You can see that this is getting all of those stitches pulled off, or you can do what I'm going to do now and just very carefully pull this back and pop those stitches with the ripper because this fabric is very supple. I'm afraid it's going to get pulled in and get slitted along the section that I need, and I'm trying to do this so you can see it, and that makes it so that I can't see it. Anyway, this is just another little trick for making these shirts usable and getting every piece off of them that you can. I'm about to take these two stacks that I've just cut. This one's mostly blues, greens, and reds. This one is purple, brown, and orange. And I just cut up some small chunks that were on the top of my shirt storage drawer. And that's what I do when I'm cutting a large piece. I'll take the rest of that section, whether it be a yoke or a sleeve, and I'll just put them all in a stack at the top of the drawer. Now the drawers are divided up by color. I only have 3 drawers, and I have blue and red and green in one, and brown and black and orange in another, and then purple and brown in the last one. So I like to keep them separate so that I can pull out just the colors I want. Now I did make a tiny tear in this with the ripper, so I'm going to put a little drop of fray check on there. It's not a tear, it's just a couple of threads got really thin because I got a little too close. But this will be the center for one of my framed blocks coming up here very soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll be bringing you more tips and tricks.